everybody, and welcome to a new video and a new week at Oxford. It's a couple days now since Katie headed back. I think she had a very long journey because her connecting flight had been delayed like 2 hours, or I feel like it wound up being longer maybe, but yeah, she had a long trip back, but she made it home. So that's good. And yeah, the last couple days I've just been cleaning up around here, editing the big video, which is a couple days late, but will be up at some point. And yeah, then just also like doing a little bit of more stuff for when I'm teaching. And yeah, now today I'm just kind of like seeing what I want to do. So I think I'm just gonna take a page out of Eloise's book and go on a big walk because I'd like to go up to Port Meadow. Someone told me that the horses aren't there anymore, which I don't think is true. I feel like they are there. I'm pretty sure they're just there year round. So I'm gonna go see for myself if the horses are there. Hopefully they are. And yeah, just have like kind of a chill day. Gonna go check out Port Meadow and see what I can see. They are here, but they're very far away. So I know that you can get over to them somehow, because I can see people over there, and I just know that you can, but there doesn't appear to be a bridge on this side, so I feel like you have to go farther back, go over the bridge, and then go, and they're just really far away for that. So I might just come back another day and see if I can see them up close, but you know, I kind of got my fix, and it is just a really nice place to walk around. Hi guys, so it is the next day now. Yeah, I went on a nice walk around Port Meadow. I feel like you can maybe hear people, there are gardeners working outside. Yeah, I had a nice walk. The horses were just very, very far away, so I didn't get up close to them, but I was proved correct that they are still out there. Yeah, it was just like a nice walk. I also walked around Gloucester Green and Blackwells and stuff during the day before I went over, so that was cool as well. I saw some really cool stuff at Gloucester, so I think I will have to go back. Today I was planning on going to Hinksey this morning and going for a swim, but when I woke up it sounded like it was kind of raining, and it's actually, I know it's supposed to be like warmer, but it's not, but it's just like kind of cloudy and stuff, so I didn't wind up going. But I do have, so Gaia and Damen is like trying to go to every library in Oxford basically, so I think he's been to like 80 something already. And Rhodes House obviously has a library, and you need a Rhodes Scholar to go in, so enter me. So I'm meeting up with him, and he has another friend who's doing the same thing that wants to go in, and I think Guy is going to be there. I actually haven't heard from like a couple of them, so I'm going to see them later, so yeah, that should all be good. That should be good, and let them in to see the library and to work in the library and everything, to help them check that one off of their list. And that's really my only plan for today. I'm also going to be doing some like work and prep stuff for the teaching that I'm doing, because that's starting in a couple of days here, so just getting more prepared for that is really all that I have going on today. So I've decided to attempt the pool because my thought is it's still quite warm, but maybe since it's not super sunny, there won't be as many people there. So I'm gonna try. We'll see. Maybe I'll go in the lake and be brave. Don't know. Hi everybody. So it's the next day now. I did wind up going swimming yesterday. So I went to just the pool at Hinksey. And then I walked by and there is like the lake right there and people were actively swimming at the time, but there are signs that say like don't swim, but then they have like docks set up, so like obviously people are gonna swim. So I would do that, but I feel like I would want to go with someone first time to do that. But it looks kind of fun, so like maybe I'll do that at some point. But yeah, today I really have not much plans. I'm meeting someone for coffee at like 3, but I'm not really doing anything before that. I have figured out now when I'm going home, and it's not actually that far away, so now that I have that figured out, I need to figure out how to get all of my junk home. So that's what I will be looking at some point. I need to go look at luggage, because I sent one of my suitcases home with Katie, so I've got to figure that out, I guess. But yeah. Maybe I'll go and look at TK Maxx at suitcases today. We'll see. Hi guys, so this is Cassidy from the future because I realized that I don't think I ever like explained what I was doing yesterday. I never like checked in. So basically in the morning I'd had like a meeting with someone at the student, like the summer school thing that I'm teaching with. So basically just like kind of going over the schedule because I'm teaching on like the second session of the program, so a lot of the teachers were teaching in both, so there's just a couple of us that are coming in, so he just wanted to like meet with us to be like, okay, and like here's what's going on. So I had that meeting. Sounds like everything's gonna be great. I'm very excited to get started, but afterwards I met up with Eloise and Gaia because they were wanting to like go to the Cotswolds and stuff, so I was like, I'll just like tag along, I have the day. But it was kind of funny. Like, so they were both like really keen on going to that like same farm shop that I went to with Katie. So we went back there again. I was like, it's gonna be really lined up, like just so you guys know. And it was, so we were waiting in line for, I think Eloise timed it and it was like an hour. So it was like a long time. I actually don't know why the line takes so long because like, yeah, there's a lot of people, but it's a small shop and like you can't really linger in it. Like you're not in the shop for more than like 5-10 minutes because it's just kind of like a constant like moving through the shop sort of thing. I don't know. But after the it was still like fun. Glad that I went back. I got like a couple other things to try that were really good. And then we actually went into Chipping Norton to like explore the town a little bit. So it was a really cute town, and we we went into a few of the shops actually, and it's interesting because like if you watch Clarkson's Farms, they make it sound like the town council hates him, and maybe some of like the town's people do as well that like aren't on the council. And like I was like curious if it's like true or if it's kind of like played up for drama, you know? But we were in one of the shops and the lady had like a dog in there and we were petting the dog, and she said like, oh yeah, I've seen so many like dogs out and about today. And I'd said like, oh yeah, we were just out at Diddley Squat and there was a ton of dogs out there too. It was really fun. And she just went like, like she had been like chatty about other things and like didn't say anything about that. So like don't know for sure if she was like hate Diddley Squat or not, but I thought that it was interesting. And I also think like it's a bit silly. I get like at first like they show on the show before they have like the parking lot and all the infrastructure like how disruptive it is like on the roads and everything. So like I do get that. And I get in like tourist towns that there's like sort of the tension of like relying on the tourists but also hating the tourists. And so like having the shop that's like bringing in so many people and like causing all this traffic and everything would be annoying. But also like when you own those kinds of little shops in town, you kind of need the tourists to come through to see them. Also like it's the Cotswolds. You've got a lot of like the local farmer types, like small town things. But like in Chipping Norton, the Beckhams live near Chipping Norton. Like So it's also has been that for a long time too. So I just think it's interesting that like this is the thing that they allegedly really hate. But yeah, anyway, so roll the clips on the day at the Cotswolds.
Hello.
Hello! Minus Anika.
Hi vlog.
Hi vlog. Yep. Already stocked up. Hi guys, so it is the next day now. It's Sunday today. I'm actually starting the teaching today, well kind of. The students are arriving today, so I need to be there like around noon to like do some welcome desk activities and stuff, so that should be quite exciting. I'm excited to like meet some of the students and everything. Today's just kind of like getting settled in stuff, but yeah, so it should be fun. Gonna get everybody checked in and everything, but yeah. Other than that, that's really all that I have planned for today. I am also going to go to TK Maxx and find some suitcases. So that is my other plan. But yeah, gonna get started with the teaching and everything. I'm excited to get cracking with it. It sounds like it's gonna be fun and have lots of like cool activities and everything. Not sure how much I'm gonna be able to like film the next couple of weeks because I am just like technically scheduled in the morning, but they also like do really encourage the like teaching faculty to like also pop in on the activities and everything, so we'll see. But yeah, anyway, I've also been rewatching You because I think that originally I'd watched like the first couple episodes of season 4 and then never finished it, and the last season just came out like a month or two ago, I think. And I hadn't been able to get onto Netflix for a while because I haven't been in Canada for long enough that they've kicked me off, but I've tricked my tablet into letting me back into it. So I rewatched from the start and I'm nearly done season 4 now, I think, and I don't like it. I think that that's pretty like universal, that like season 4 is definitely the worst one so far, but this is a bit controversial. I don't really like season 3 that much either. Like, it's fine, but it's kind of like, it's starting the slope towards season 4. Like, it just gets so fantastical, I guess, or like, it's just like so dramatized, whereas like the thing that is like scary and that is I like about season 1 is that it does feel like it's more grounded in reality. Even though like, yeah, you have to suspend your disbelief about certain things. Like the show just pretends that CCTV doesn't exist and he makes very little effort to prevent forensic evidence and everything. Like he would have been caught pretty early on in season 1, but it's still like, it's just more realistic, I guess. And like, and the thing that like, I'm curious if, because Penn Badgley obviously like gets very annoyed at having to like remind people that Joe is a bad person, like he's a serial killer. Just because he's sometimes funny and snarky in his narration doesn't mean that he's like a good guy. So, and I remember when season 1 came out that there were like, you know, a lot of like jokes on Twitter and stuff about how like, I know Joe's like a stalker serial killer, but like he reads books, like he's so romantic. So I know that that was going on in the first season. I don't know if it like, I'm sure it still is like a bit, but I wonder if it is like to that extent. But the thing with season 3 and season 4 is that like, I know like with the twist in season 4, I don't know if this is a spoiler, that like you find out that it is him the whole time and everything, so it is like still him killing people. But like season 3 and season 4, because they're introducing these like other kind of like bad people, like it becomes less about just his like hyperfixation on women, and people are like, I've seen comments where people are like, well, they're not gonna like tell the same story over and over again, like it has to change, his character has to grow. I'm like, the whole point for his character is that like he wouldn't grow, he'd devolve, and like his MO might change a little bit, but not to like such a large extent. And I think with season 3 and season 4, like I'm kind of in two minds about it, because like, yeah, it's still him being an unreliable narrator, and it's still not like it's still not that like the story is on Joe's side, but I feel like it's doing a lot more that kind of like justifies what he's doing almost, and not in like the intentional way where Joe's trying to justify it, and like where Joe's like selectively telling the audience certain things to justify it. It just feels like the plot itself is kind of doing that, because like so much of season 4 is just like not seemingly about Joe, and then I know that like it is at the end, but it's also like beyond his usual function. Like it just seems like things that aren't like personal to Joe, like it's just a situation that he's like found himself in and then needs to extricate himself from. And that's kind of what season 3 to me is like too. Like obviously it's the situation that he's gotten himself in, and it's still like him in love and everything, and you still see that like she is the same as him, and he's like, she's crazy and awful, and not like connecting that like she does the exact same thing that he does. So there is like parts of it that I get and that I like, but I just feel like the execution, I feel like it's not necessarily leaning into how terrible Joe's character is, I guess, because it's so much like external stuff. And is Joe really gonna meet this many other like murderous people? But I have like high hopes for season 5, because I think that it kind of, it's, my understanding is that it kind of brings it back to like what the root of Joe's character is. And I really like the way Penn Badgley like speaks about Joe and about the show. So yeah, I'm excited to get to season 5. I'm ready for season 4 to be over for me. Oops. So, my bad. There really just wasn't anything to show all day though. I was just running back and forth to the college where the students are staying at, helping people checked in, taking Polaroids of people, so that we would know what all the students looked like. Yeah, not just really much to share. This week's gonna be busy though. Hopefully there will still be like some fun things that I can share. But you know, wasn't today. I'm just gonna end the vlog here, but thank you for watching. Next week I'll be busy teaching, but also we'll hopefully be doing some cool stuff in the afternoons, and I'll be taking cool trips with the students as well. So something to check out, I think.